Good afternoon, everybody. We are coming to you a little bit earlier this afternoon, folks, because we have quite literally just bumped into the Pride, who are now moving up towards Muma Dam, and as you'll soon see, are very plump and full of blood all over their faces and their front legs. The Pride have just come off a kill, everybody. We found their tracks here this morning shortly after wrapping up our rhino horn trimming session, and we figured we'd come down here and try to find them. Well, we didn't have to try very hard, folks. The Pride have come straight out of the tree line, close to the drainage line here, and are heading for a drink. They've eaten something throughout the day here. I wonder if they are going to return to the carcass. And what's also interesting is, for the time being, I can only see 3 lionesses. So are they split up, or is it just that maybe 2 of them are still feeding on the carcass? We'll have to wait and see, everybody, but what an incredible start to our afternoon. Just amazing. Return to the carcass. I'm happy to see that we already have some of our pack members with us on this afternoon's drive. Good afternoon, Brandy. Hello, Betty. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Carol. Hello, Mary. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, what an amazing start. I just love it. Yeah, I knew their tracks were close by and that they might be nearby, but I was never expecting to literally drive 1 minute from camp and bump into the lionesses here on the move. This one's just noticed something. Something moving in the tree line south of her there. Don't be greedy, you've already eaten something, just go drink water. Of course, they are opportunistic cats. I have on many occasions followed both lion and leopard that have moved from a kill to water to drink and then kill something else at the waterhole, just because the opportunity was there. Great shots from Sierra here, everybody. Just beautiful. How very special. Now, their bellies aren't swollen like the male lions we saw last night, so whatever it is they've eaten, either they've left some of it back there and they're going to return to it, or it was something small that they've finished up, but certainly enough to get some blood on their faces and to fill those bellies quite a bit. Let's go and have a look at them drinking, shall we? What a treat. Now, Chris, I've located the Pride, or at least 3 members of the Pride. They're drinking at Muma Dam, and looks like they've just come off a kill. They've got blood on their faces.
Copy that, Gareth. I'd like to respond. I'll be about just under 10 minutes.
Copy that. Make your way.
We can just do it again.
3 members of the Pride drinking at Muma Dam.
Leopard Dam?
Muma Dam on Blowbunk.
Yeah. Guys, we have tracks of, I think, Leopard heading south in the South Fleet, I think it is, heading towards Leopard.
Copy that. Thanks, Chris. Oh my word, that is just beautiful, with them drinking right next to each other. I'm going to have to get the camera out for this one. Wow, guys, that is just so beautiful. What an amazing moment, everybody. You can actually hear them drinking. very thirsty cats, of course. As we know, everybody, drinking water will help with the digestion of the meat that's inside their bellies. Just amazing. Oh, I was thinking the exact same thing, Betty. I also hope that the males are nowhere to be seen and they're not going to come and bother these lionesses and steal them of the, rob them of their kill. What we do know, of course, is the males are well fed as well after having finished up the kudu they had yesterday, so probably won't be the case this evening. We'll just hopefully wait and see what happens. Not too sure what these lionesses are going to do once they leave here, whether they'll just settle at the dam. It's going to be interesting to see. Do they return to a carcass? Do they perhaps return to the other members of their pride? Good afternoon, Becky. Lovely to have you with us. As you can see, we have started with a bang here. We've located 3 members of the pride that have just come off a kill. We don't know what kill or where. We just bumped into them on the road, right outside camp here, walking up to Muma Dam. Just amazing sighting we're having right now, especially these 2 that are drinking together. Just so beautiful. Wow, look at the blood on the one on the left there, Sierra. I think she's looking to get comfortable. Might just go and settle behind us there. Oh, don't worry, Becky, I don't think that was your fault. We went live a little bit earlier because we bumped into the pride. I wanted to get going immediately so that we could show those that had already logged in what we were enjoying. Carol, to answer your question about the rhinos, yes, I think we were trying to do a count and remember, but I think we did 8 rhino this morning. 7 white rhino and then the black rhino whose collar we refitted to his ankle. So a really good effort this morning from everyone that was involved. 8 rhino done and dusted. There's still more to do, which I believe might be happening while we're up in the north doing the mass trimming. So still a few more to do here on Rietspruit. We didn't get to all of them. No Hope and her calf were sighted by Bruce in the fixed wing, I believe somewhere just north of Seskan Krip, but we decided not to do them today. The calf is still quite little, only a year old. Might wait a bit. Just wondering what these 2 are paying attention to right now. I think there was some movement in the water. Perhaps a catfish. Very comfy here, next to the water's edge. Right, folks, I'm going to just reposition the vehicle here quick. What a start, hey guys. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. Quite a lot of blood on that lioness at the top there on her face. So quite clearly she would have been the one that had probably the best position on the carcass, because the best position, one of the best positions on a carcass, is usually the rump and the underside of the belly towards the genitals of their prey. That's usually where they want to start if they, if they have the choice, because that's the soft side, that's the fillets, the rump. That's where every cat will always try and start. And so there's a lot of blood that pools in that area when they start feeding on the carcass, and that's why I reckon she had the best spot, that lioness on the left. She got most of the blood on her face. Good afternoon, Sarah. Lovely to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful scene. What a pleasure. Right, everybody, I just got word from Matt that we have a new keyword for the week that we want to share with all of you. The new keyword this week, everyone, is sunset. So for those of you wanting to get your hands on the high resolution image from us at Painted Dog TV, please submit the keyword sunset. Copy that. Interesting, everybody. I'm just sitting here admiring these beautiful cats, and I can hear more alarm calling now. There's a bushbuck alarm calling in the drainage line, in the deep slut drainage. So perhaps that's where the other two lionesses are, and maybe they are on their way here now.
The lock, there'll be lioness
We certainly are very privileged, Rosemary. Good afternoon to you. Lovely to have you with us. This is a game reserve that just keeps on giving. Absolutely amazing. And what an amazing privilege to be involved in the rhino conservation work that we were doing this morning. Just an amazing day. Yeah, those bushbuck alarm calls are getting closer. So it might mean that those other two lionesses are en route towards us here, folks. I definitely want to hang around for a little while longer and see if that is the case. Brandy, I see you've asked where the bucket is here. I'm just trying to have a look now. This could be her closest to us here. Or is this Nileti that's sitting here closest to us? I always get this wrong. No, I think this is Bucket, everybody. It's closest to us here. With the spots between the whiskers. One of these lionesses has just seen something. Could be the other lions. Amazing how alert they actually always are, these cats. More water to drink.
Any active sighting, 3 lionesses at Muma Dam, 3 stations on log here.
Moments like these when I've located a pride and I know that they've just come off a kill, I always just want to know what it was that they killed. How did it occur? How did it happen? How did they stalk their prey? It's fascinating to watch these cats hunt. She is stuffed. The bellies are quite full. A decent meal, that's for sure. Haven't heard any alarm calls now for about 5 minutes. Wonder if that was the other two females. Good chance, I reckon. How beautiful are those eyes, everybody. This is Bucket again that Sierra's focused on. She is a beautiful lioness. Standing by.
Gerard, I'm at the bush bearing trip. I would like to respond to those lines at Muma Dam.
Copy that, make your way.
Sorry, can you confirm, help me on what road in Muma Dam?
It's on Hoofpad, very close to Huis, just east of Huis.
Just try again, I can barely hear you.
On Hoofpad, very close to Huis.
Okay, copy, thanks.
Oh, listen to that. Brown-hooded kingfishers calling there, everybody. A pair of them, actually. You see them, Sierra? See the hut? See the tree canopy above it? Just below the green. About a foot left of the hut, though. Just below the green canopy of that acacia, that thorn tree there. There you go. In the middle of your screen there now. Pretty little thing. I'd love to know what that kingfisher was thinking about the lions. Whether it cares at all for them. Certainly looks like these lionesses are going to get settled in here, everybody. I presume nothing left on their carcass, because they would have probably headed back there by now if they thought there was still some food back there. And perhaps they did leave the other two, just finishing off the remains, the scraps, before they ventured up here for a drink. We don't know yet if the other two are still on their way, but I'd like to go and figure that out. Figure out if the other two are perhaps nearby. Of course, had those alarm calls earlier. I've also just let the next vehicle know that they can make their way to come and join the lion sighting, everybody, and we definitely don't want to overcrowd them. So I think we're going to be moving on, folks. But what an absolutely incredible start to our afternoon. So special. Goodbye, beautiful girls. Thank you for the most wonderful start to our afternoon. Just Andrew out on a joyride here, everybody.
That's all I do, eh? That's all I do.
See you later.
How many vehicles on the way?
I think two.
Yeah, I'll be quick.
How you doing? Lekker, man, enjoy. Right, so that vehicle that's just arriving now at the Lions has come from this side. I didn't report seeing the other two lionesses, but there were definitely some alarm calls coming from the deep slurred drainage line here, everybody, which is exactly where we saw these lionesses coming out, right at the beginning. So I just want to have a look, just try to see exactly where they've come from. And just maybe spend a couple more minutes in this area and see if we don't see the other two lionesses. Chris, one of the Leadwood homeowners, was one of the vehicles that was with us there. He reported seeing some leopard tracks not too far from Kudu Krip, folks, so I'm going to also head that way. Aha, there's a lioness. Right, so we were correct. These two were finishing the scraps. Well, one of the two, I'm sure the other one isn't too far off. a fourth lioness on hoofpad making her way towards Muma Dam. Let me just quickly move over to one side here, everybody, so that she can get by us. Yeah, for now, just one other member, a fourth member on her way towards you there. Also got quite a plump belly. So it wasn't in the drainage line where she came from. It's interesting. That means something else was in the drainage line. Perhaps a leopard. Only problem is this stretch of drainage line is inaccessible. Oh, look at this, everybody.
I think I'm number 3, that's right. Poole, I think so, but there seems to be a...
That was so cool. What a treat. I do hear a vehicle coming down Hoofpad towards us. Just the next vehicle making their way to the lions. Basically coming up right behind where this female's just come past us. They've driven the same stretch of road. No, it doesn't look like those lionesses. Drainage line. Certainly looked like I first spotted them. Leaving the Pride at Muma Dam with 2 stations on lock.
Were there 5 lionesses at Muma Dam or 4?
For now 4, Paul, but I'm sure they're all here. They're slowly coming off a kill somewhere and yeah, making their way to the dam.
Okay, we had 5 at Poole trip yesterday, so they have been together.
So basically what I'm trying to do now, everybody, is just backtrack these lionesses just to see if we don't find the 5th member of the Pride. They definitely all came from here. You can see some of the tracks here now below us, everybody. So let's keep backtracking a bit further and see. We might get lucky and bump into the 5th lioness here. So it must have been somewhere up here where they made their kill. Who knows? You never know. We might discover the last member of the Pride still feeding on the scraps. seeing their tracks anymore, so it might have been somewhere close by here. Came out of the block. I think they're from this carcass, because there's some tracks of a lioness going that way. Problem is, it looks like there's been a lot of vehicle activity. So just listening now to see if I don't maybe hear this last lioness crunching on bone, but I can't hear anything. But I'm convinced they made that kill somewhere near. This is where the tracks end. Somewhere in there. Anyway, probably not going to find out what it was that they killed everybody. But we certainly were lucky to see all of them and to see them drinking like that. Well, not all of them, 4 of them. And to have some of them drinking at Muma Dam. Such a lovely start. Right. Let's keep going, everybody. See who else we might be able to find this afternoon. There's something else moving in that riverbed where those bushbuck were alarm calling. See if we don't find any tracks. And then make our way towards Kudu Krip. See if we have any luck with that leopard, maybe some elephants. Go past, maybe go past Kudu Krip as well. It's always a good bet, going past water later in the afternoon. Often rhino and elephant coming to drink there. Chris for Gareth.
Go ahead, Gareth.
Those leopard tracks you had, did they cross over Kudu Stale Putt?
Not sure, didn't see them there.
Where did you last have them?
Maybe about 100 metres down the riverbed. It was pretty sandy, but I think they were leopard.
Okay, copy, thanks. Where did you last have them? Just scanning the tree line here to our left, everybody, making sure I'm not driving past a leopard that might be watching us, because it's just beyond that tree line where that riverbed is, where the bushbuck alarm calls were coming from. Just going to pause here briefly, everyone, just to see if I don't hear anything again before I move out of this area. There's a tiny little tributary that feeds towards the road here on our left, which comes up from the deep Slut River. And I know that a leopard would definitely use that route quite often. I've actually seen tracks in this little tributary before. But always worth just switching the car off and listening to see if we get any more clues. Also just so wonderful to listen to the bush. While we do that, folks, I'm just going to quickly mark my territory. just saying, everybody, that the temperature is dropping quite quickly now and that I haven't heard anything else here. So we're going to carry on. Make our way to Ward Kudu Krip. Good afternoon, Liz. Hello, Guido. Welcome. Lovely to have you guys with us.
Mile line, 83, just south of I'd like to make my way about 15 minutes out.
Just thinking to myself, now everybody, I wonder if we're going to spot any pink rhinos this afternoon. Of course, there are 7 white rhino now moving around the Rietspruit Game Reserve this afternoon with pink spray paint down their flanks. We of course do that when we're doing dehorning or trimming, so that we can easily identify them from the air, so that we don't bother them any further if we're searching for other rhino to trim. So don't be alarmed if you see a pink rhino this afternoon, everybody. That paint wears off pretty quickly because of how rhinos naturally exfoliate their skin on a regular basis, wallowing in mud and scratching up against tree posts. And it doesn't do any harm to the rhino.
Standing by.
Hang on a second. There's female leopard tracks right here. And they are fresh, fresh, fresh. That's who set off the bushbuck. She's gone down here straight into the deep Slut River, I think. So very likely the same leopard that Chris had tracks of earlier, everybody. On near Kudu. Might have been a bit older where he was, quite a distance from here, but you can very, very clearly see her tracks here now, and these tracks are crisp, very fresh. She walked down here half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, before entering the deep Slut River. Now where is she going to go from there? She was probably thinking about going to Muma Dam, but she won't go there now. There's too much activity there, all the vehicles are there, and she might very soon pick up on the scent of the lionesses as well. It's unlikely that she's going to go that way. Perhaps she's going to go north, away from the lions, away from all the vehicle traffic. I think we should maybe go and try that area, everybody. These tracks are very fresh. And given the fact that I had those alarm calls here, you never know, we might get lucky. Let's head back that way. Just imagine finding a leopardess in this golden light right now. That would be something else. I dream of moments like those here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. I don't think I've ever had a leopard this early in the evening. They're usually just too shy. But the chances are that this is the Kudu Krip 2-3 female. This is her territory. And she is getting better and better with the vehicles, becoming more habituated. Good afternoon, regular. Lovely to have you. It's been a long time since we've had you with us. Hope you're well. Good afternoon, Di. Lovely to have you with us. Look at this view. My goodness. That is stunning, everybody. Liz, to answer your question, no. Me marking my territory does not affect the animals in any way, shape or form. They might pause to investigate the smell because it's foreign to them, but that's about it. Chris for Gareth.
Go ahead, Gareth.
Where did you check after leaving Muma Dam?
I've done the floating song fence line. Just about to have with them.
Okay, copy that. I've got fresh tracks of that female leopard, but on Lemunduring Ves. She must have crossed Beerstip and went down into the deep slit because we had bushbuck alarm calling while we were with the lionesses. I'm going to follow up.
Copy that.
Kevin getting mobile, any update?
Right, so we'll work on my hunch, everybody, and see if she did maybe turn north because of all the noise and the presence of lions in the area. And so what we'll do is we'll actually drive in the deep Slut River a short stretch before we get to a nice big open area that I want to have a look through. She might head that way looking for prey. It's a fantastic area for rhino as well. And then we will see where that takes us from there, everybody. See if we find any further tracks of her. Might even end up going back towards the Pride, actually. Sounds like most of the vehicles have left that area now. You never know what might happen with the Pride as it gets later into the evening. But let's start with seeing if we can find any further tracks of this leopard. Fortunately, there's no roads that go straight through this riverbed here. It's just too dense, so we've got to go all the way up and then back down. There's a rhino. Is it a pink rhino? Don't see any pink yet, but it's a white rhino here to our right, everybody. Not so happy to see us. It's definitely not one that we worked on today, because I can tell already by the horn this is one that still needs to be done today. But not happy to see us. Looks like it might be a young cow. But she does seem a little bit unsettled, everybody, so I'm just going to leave her be. I think a lot of the rhinos will be quite unsettled with all of the flying work that we did today. Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? Good, and you? Enjoy? Very. Just taken this little sneaky road that comes out at Lamunda and Krip here, folks. A very well concealed road that hardly ever gets driven. So one that perhaps a leopard might be walking along this time of the day. Just going to spend 2 minutes listening to the bush here, everybody, and have a quick walk around Waterhole to look for tracks. Nothing here, folks. Let's carry on. Beautiful little section that we're going to drive through here next, along the deep Slut River. Some relatively fresh elephant tracks going that way as well, perhaps from yesterday or last night. You never know, we might come across the ellies as well. More tracks of them here in the river. These ones have gone across the river though. Look quite fresh. Betty, it's pretty good timing with you asking me that question about the lone wild dog, by the way. He was sighted this morning, the same area, further north. But unfortunately, so he was sighted by a vehicle that was doing a patrol along the boundary of, one of the boundaries of that reserve. And by the time a chopper got up there, they had no luck. So we are still waiting for that lone African wild dog male, who we hope to introduce to the females here. The problem with that dog is he doesn't have a collar, so it makes it incredibly difficult to keep track of just one individual. But like I say, there was a sighting of him this morning, which I suppose is good news. He's still in that area, and hopefully they'll have more luck when they see him again. Apparently he is quite skittish, this particular individual. This is an update given to us this morning from the EWT, Endangered Wildlife Trust, who are monitoring that situation very closely. Lots of tracks of the elephants in here. They've been very busy in this little stretch of forest on the edge of the river. But it does look like it was sometime yesterday afternoon that they were here. I'm seeing some tracks of civet on top of their tracks. So you'll see now, everybody, how this really opens up quite nicely here in this area. It's another one of my dream spots to come across a leopard. I've just spotted a zebra, everybody. That's very nice. It's just off here to our right. See if we can get a look at it. Oh, it's moved away. How rude. Just moved into the thick tree line there, everybody, unfortunately, that particular zebra. But just look at that. Just stunning. It's one of these spots where, as I mentioned, I'm always hoping to see a leopard. Just sitting like this, everybody, with the engine turned off, enjoying the views, the spectacular views, and a leopard just strolls out from the tree line across this big open sodic area. It'd just be incredible. It certainly is a lot drier this year, regular. We had rain season than last. So definitely drier. But it's beautiful. Betty, it certainly would be a perfect place for a sundowner. But yeah, not if there were a leopard strolling out here. Bush is quiet now. Hoping I might have got some more alarm calls here. But we might need to go a bit further south, everybody. It was further south where the last bushbuck alarm calls were emanating from, so south. See if I can find anything. But what a beautiful place to pause for a moment. African goshawk calling behind us. Don't see him though. careful there, Sierra. Bushbuck alarm calling again, everybody. Down to the south of us, back towards Muma Dam. Almost certainly this leopard. I wonder if the lionesses aren't going to react to that. Just pick up the pace a little bit here, everybody. Oh, Ellies have been here. Thanks, Sierra. So Andrew's just reporting to us, everybody, that he's also heard the same bushbuck alarm calls that I have, and he reckons they are close to Muma Dam. Now it could, of course, just be that maybe this bushbuck has spotted the pride, but you never know. Might be a leopard. Hello, Shanann. Lovely to have you with us. Glad you got some time off work to come join us. Quickly hop off here and have a look for tracks, everybody. it's in King now. I recently took a walk down here under the windmill. Now, it's an area where I definitely cannot get the vehicle to, folks, but you never know. That leopard might be coming this way towards us here. I think it's worth us just sitting here a little while longer. That nyala is barking right here. Back a fraction here. So keep the camera focused down there, please, Sarah. I think that leopard might come up that road. Just imagine that cat emerges from the tree line and comes walking up the road here towards us, everybody. My goodness. I might have some heart palpitations if that happens. So the nyala barking was coming from the other side of the drainage line. You all can see the canopy of green in front of us here. And so perhaps, maybe, that leopard will move away from the nyala barking, which they often do, and might choose to come up this way towards us here. I'm staying quiet because I don't want to spook it while it's still light. Something just spooked a flock of crested francolins behind us. Heard them alarm calling now as well, but maybe 500-600 yards behind us. So Liz, to answer your question, No, the only animals that we control in terms of reproduction are the elephants and the lions. Everything else is free to breed naturally. Lion and elephant are keystone species and can very quickly shape and change the ecosystem that they live in if their numbers get too large according to the space that they have. So that's why we have to control the populations. No sign of our leopard coming up the road to us. Maybe we need to go down the road to the leopard. Let's take us quiet as possible. Slow drive down towards the windmill. I might then also go back and investigate those Franklin alarm calls. Barking again, down river. This leopard, everybody, is moving in the deep Slut River. Ha! Just listen to the birds around us here right now. Dark-capped bulbuls all settling in for the night. Beautiful sounds. We might need to come and set up a camera trap in this riverbed here, everybody. Good chance we might get some leopard action on it. It's the only way we're going to see anything moving in this stretch of the river, however, because there's no ways of getting a vehicle down there. All quiet again, everybody. I think this leopard's moving downstream in the river. I'm just going to move slowly north again, everyone, parallel with the river here. Let's see if I don't get lucky. Maybe just go further up and switch off again and just listen. Obviously starting to get dark now, so you never know who else we might discover. Some of the other nocturnal species start starting to stir. Yeah, the vehicle. I can't see, are those rocks, Chris?
There is a rock there, yes.
Okay, I won't be able to go over that. I'll pull over for you here.
Okay,
Non-stop alarm calling in the riverbed, yes. Yeah.
did you go down the new one, what's it called? Lemon Deep Track?
Yes.
That was you.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Thought
that's
you
why
might.
we came down this one.
Yeah.
Apart from the elephant closing the road twice, which we had to move out of the way.
Those elephants.
No sign on this one yet.
No. So I think she's probably directly opposite us here and just slowly milling about in the riverbed. I'm just going to go stand by again behind you here for a bit and see if I get any more alarm calls.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you know. Good luck, guys.
And you.
Right, so you can see over here, everybody, a very prominent game path, which I actually tracked the pride of lions on recently. Now I know for a fact, having been in here before, that this prominent game path leads down into the deep Slut River. So I just wanted to come and sit here for 5 minutes, maybe even 10, and just see if we don't get lucky with hearing the leopard, or who knows, even have her walking up this game trail. And what we can do, actually, while we wait, is turn the vehicle around so we can all enjoy this sunset. That's busy happening behind us here, the last of the sunset. Good evening, Susan. Good to have you with us. Look at that beautiful sky. We've had some leopard tracks this evening, and lots of alarm calling in a very difficult stretch of the river here where we cannot access, and just now waiting and hoping that we might get lucky with this female leopard. Exactly, regular. That's exactly what we need. Everybody think leopard thoughts. Power of positive thinking. Distant roars of the male lions. Beautiful. Sounds like they're somewhere up near Seskant Krip, those male lions. position quick. Come on, lady. Show yourself. We'll just give it a couple more minutes, everyone, and then we'll head off. Of course, with it getting darker now, less likely to hear alarm calls as it becomes increasingly difficult for the leopard's prey to see her when she's moving. All right, folks. I'm going to call it quits. We gave it our best. Let's see who else we might bump into. Which other nocturnals might be out and about. Right, everybody, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly nip to Muma Dam one last time before we say goodnight. See if the lionesses are still at the waterhole. Good chance they will be, because they've just eaten. Are there any stations with the Pride at Muma Dam?
Negative, Gareth is open lock.
Copy that. I'd like to make my way there. Just coming up to Muma Dam again here now, everybody, in front of us. Copy. Are we going to find some sleeping lionesses, or have they already departed? Phew, I can smell them. Phew, look at that. Dead to the world. Fast asleep. Well, one's just put her head up. Well, that's awesome. What a way to end our evening. That's awesome to hear, Becky. I'm glad you've had a awesome 12 hours. So have we. What an amazing day, everyone. Just incredible. Fast asleep. Very happy lionesses. Full bellies. Water right here. Thanks so much, everybody. It's been an amazing day. We're going to say goodnight to you all from here. Thank you so much for joining us, and again, a massive thanks to the pack who support us. Cannot wait to do it again tomorrow morning. Hopefully some of you will be joining us. But for now, it's time for us to say goodbye. Cheers, folks. Hello everybody, just wanted to quickly give you all an update. We are going to be doing a mass horn trimming up in the north of our country from the 30th of June to the 10th of July. So we just wanted to update you about that. Please stay tuned to our socials and you will find out all the information about the mass horn trimming that we are going to take on. It does, however, mean that it's going to have an interruption with our pack drives throughout that period. But we will keep you all updated as the team from Painted Dog and Rhino Revolution head up north to go and do the mass trimming.